Hello future quest writers. In this video I'm going to go over how to use my EOSource generator's quest writer and also some basics of writing quests. The first thing you want to do is pretty much brainstorm, whether it be in a notepad or on a piece of paper. When you're brainstorming, you want to think of things like what will a quest name be and what will happen in the quest. So pause the video and think of a simple quest. Just brainstorm what the quest name would be and what will happen, and then continue on with the video. Now that you have your quest idea, let's put it to good use. As you see here, for my idea, I chose to do a quest that kills 10 pigs, and its name is Let's Kill the Pigs. So to start making this quest, we would go into the EOSource generators, and where it says quest name, we would put our quest name. Let's kill the pigs. And since this is probably our first quest, we're going to leave the quest number on 1, and then we would hit generate. What this does, it starts off your quest. Every quest will look like this, except maybe the quest name will be different or the version will be different, but every quest will start off like this. Now that the quest is generated, we want to start adding things to it. We want it to do what we want it to do. We want it to make it so the character has to kill 10 pigs. So to start this off, we want to add a description. A description is if someone goes into the quest log and they look at this, is what they're going to see. So this is the very beginning of the quest. So the description should be something like talk with Bob, and Bob will be the person that gives the quest. So now that we have our description, we want Bob to say something. So we go into our actions area and select add Npc Text. When you hit add action, it puts it right where you need it, and it generates everything you need. So in the quotes where it says Npc Text goes here, this is where you write what the NPC is going to say, what Bob is going to say. So we want Bob to say, hey, recently I've become racist against all pigs. Can you help me kill them? So this will tell the player, oh, Bob is racist against all pigs, so we need to help him kill him. But what if you are a pig lover? You don't want to help kill all these pigs for Bob. So you want to add some NPC input. So what Npc Input does is it allows the player to choose options in the quest, and input number is just the number of inputs there are. So since this is the first input, it's input number 1. Since this one is the second input, it's number 2. And if you're wondering what these ones are, as you can see, it's also an add Npc text. That's the quest number. So if this quest number was 5, you would see add Npc text 5, or add Npc text 5, 1 or 5, 2. So pretty much you don't have to worry about that number. That's already going to be, it's always going to be the quest number for you when using this program. So in our Npc input, if you are racist against pigs and you want to help Bob, you would put, sure, let's kill them all. But if you're a pig lover, you'd say, no, I don't think so. Now, we have our NPC inputs, but the quest doesn't know what to do when a player clicks one of these. So this is where rules come into play. So we want the rule input NPC, and we want two of them because we have 2 NPC inputs. And what rules do is it states if something happens, do something. So like if rule input NPC 1, which is our first input, is clicked, go to our new state that we're going to create shortly, help Bob. And just remember, you can't have any spaces in your state name. And then for input 2, we would put go to pig lover. So now this is a perfectly good state. State begin. It's good, it's done, we don't need to add anything else. So we hit this button, end state, and then it ends the state for you. So now we need our new state, which is, well, since pig lover is going to reset the quest, I tend to put this first because it ends the quest. So we add this, I accidentally had that twice. So now that we have our state pig lover, we are going to add a description like we did with the begin, and we'll put, since you're still talking with Bob, we'll just put talk with Bob. And then we would add Npc Text. That's a shame you won't help me. Then we want the quest to either end completely or reset, so if one day you do become racist against pigs, you can help Bob in his dream of killing them all. But you don't want to add the reset action or end action in the same state, because if you did this, our action add Npc text won't appear. If you resetted it, it will just reset. If you ended it, the quest will just end. So a way of getting around this would be we would go to rule and then talk to NPC and then add it. If you're wondering what this number is in between, that again is just the quest number. You don't have to worry about it. So we would go to end reset, and that way you'll be able to see the text where he says, oh, that's a shame, you won't be able to help me, and then it will go to a state at the very end of the quest that just resets it. So now that we're done with our pig lover state, we would end it and then move on to our state help Bob. Now, since in the begin state, since Bob didn't specify what he wanted to be accomplished, in this state, this is where we're going to put what Bob wants you to do. So you're just going to be talking with Bob, so for the description put talk with Bob, and then add Npc text. And here, this is where we specify what Bob wants you to do since you agreed to help him. So we would put, I think killing 10 pigs will satisfy me. Do you think you can handle that? And then you would add Npc Input to see if the player will agree with the task he or she is given. So this will be the first Npc input, and then this would be the second Npc input. And then for the first one we would put something like, I think, no, that sounds easy. And then for the next one you would put, I don't think I'm strong enough. Now that that's done, we need rules once again for input NPC, so the quest knows what to do when the player clicks on the input. So we put input 1 and input 2. And then for our next state name, we would put kill pigs, because that's what's going to happen next if you agree. And then we would put pig lover 2, since it's pretty much another reset state. And then we would end the state with this button. So now in this state, talk with or help Bob, we have the NPC text giving the description of what you need to do, and then 2 NPC inputs saying, or pretty much saying whether you agree or disagree. And if you agree, you would go to kill pigs, and if you disagreed, you would go to pig lover 2, which is pretty much just another reset state. So we would put pig lover 2, add state, and then add description, talk with Bob, and then add NPC text, and then just do something like, that's a shame you won't help me again. That's a shame you won't help me. And then rule talk to NPC, and then go to end reset, just in case you become racist one day. And then end state. Now we move on to the kill pig state. And then for this description, you won't be talking with Bob, so the description will be kill 10 male pigs. And I put male because in Endless Online there's two types of pigs. There's one with a little piggy on the back, so I infer that one's a female, and there's one without a piggy, and I guess that's a male. So in the description, I just put kill 10 male pigs, and we'll use the NPC ID of the one without a baby on its back. And then we put add Npc Text. Oh goody. Thanks for helping me. Come back to me when you are finished. And then this is where the rule comes in. We would use the rule killed NPCs. And then you see it tells you what you need to put in. NPC ID goes here, comma, and the amount you need to kill goes there. So for the amount, Bob said to kill 10. And for the ID, I already know the pig ID, which is 230. And then you go to the next state, which would be return to Bob, because that's what you're going to do after you kill them. So you would end the state, go up to the state name, and then do return to Bob, and then add the state. The description will be return to Bob. And what I like to use is this action called show hint. And that goes into the chat. I think it's labeled SRC, and it's just like a little hint that will come up, and you would put something like you killed all 10 male pigs, return to Bob. This way you won't have to keep monitoring your quest log. You can just keep looking out for that little warning message to pop up when you're killing them. And then after that, you would put the NPC text, so Bob says something, and he would say something like, "Oh, you did such a good job. Thank you so much." And then you would do the rule, talk to NPC, go to reward, and then end the state, and then reward. Now you could have put the reward in the return to Bob state, but as soon as you click on Bob, he's going to show the hint here, and I like to use a hint for the reward. So if I put it in here, it's going to show both hints, and I don't really prefer it that way. So I do it like this, and you put show hint, Bob gives you 500 gold. And then you would use the action give item, and then in here it says the item ID first, followed by a comma, followed by the item amount. So we want 500 of 1, which is gold in the pubs. And then you would action end, because the quest is finished, you're done. Wrong button. Add action. And then you would end your state. So this is one complete quest, but for our reset states, we have the state and reset, so we need to put that in there at the end. So end, reset, add, and then we just put an action of reset. Oops. And then end the state. And then that's it. So now that you're done with your quests, I'm going to try to explain each and every one of these actions and rules. I haven't used them all, so I might not be able to explain all of them to you, but I'm going to try to do my best. So, add Npcs Chat has this one here, which is the quest number, and then it has where you put in the add Npc Chat. What add Npc Chat is it puts a chat bubble over the quest NPC, and you can put a message. So you can put like hello, and then when you go into the state where it has this action, a chat bubble over the NPC will say hello. And then add Npc Input, we should already know, is where you can put choices where the player can choose what to do. Add Npc PM is where you put the name of the person. So like for our quest Bob, it would be from Bob, and then you would put I'm glad you're racist against pigs. And so you get a private message in that state saying, and it would be from Bob, and it would have the message you put in here. And then add Npc Text, you already know that that's text that appears in the quest dialog. And end is how you end the state. Give experience is just like giving items, except it gives experience. You just put a number in, and that's how much experience it will give. Give item is the item ID followed by the item amount, and it gives that item an amount and the amount of that item to you. Give karma is just like give item and give experience, except you just put the amount of karma you want to give. New achievement, that I haven't used yet, so I can't explain that to you. Play effect, if you know the effect IDs, which I do not, you can play an effect. I don't know if it's either on the player or on the quest NPC. I haven't used it. Play sound will play a sound. Like if you've ever played Zelda, when you complete it, like a little thing, it'll play doo 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 whatever. Well, that's what you could do right here. Quake plays a quake. Like if you've ever been on a server and the map starts shaking around, sounds like an earthquake. That's what this is. Remove item is kind of like give item, except it takes an item away from you. This is good for like doing quests where you have to go get something for Bob, and then Bob needs to take it away from you and then give you a reward for helping him. Remove karma, that's pretty much self-explanatory. It removes karma. You put in an amount you want to take away. Reset, that resets the quest. So like we've already used that in Bob's quest. Set class, well, I'm pretty sure, yeah, it uses the class number, and it will set your class to that class. That's good for like making a wise man quest. Set chord, that will set the position of your player somewhere by using the map ID, which is the map number, and then an X and Y from that map. Set race, you use a number. 1 is like white, 2 is tan, and so on and so on, and it will set your race to that. Set title will set your title. Show hint, we already used that in Bob. Show message, this is a new thing that Hollow added to 3.2. It's where it shows a message that only you can see, and it gives you different types. It can either be a server message, or announcement, or private message, or public message. Now, I talked with Hollow and I told him it doesn't work, so he has to fix it. So right now you can't use this as of 3.2. Because if you use announcement, everybody can see it. It's not just you. For rules, arena wins, that's if you made an arena quest, you can put like, if you get, I don't know, 200 arena wins, I'll give you the best item in the game. And then in the quest, if they have that many wins, go to the state where it gives you the item. Rule check class, like this is for quest if you only want a warrior to do this quest, or an archer, or so on and so on. Check cooking level, this is good for quest if they're cooking level 50, they can only do that. And it's the same thing for check fishing. Check gender, we'll check if you're a male or female in case you're sexist. Check harvesting level, it's just like check fishing and cooking level. Check has pet, I'm pretty sure you have to have a pet spawn, and if you do, you can continue the quest. Check home, it checks what your home is, and if you have that home, it will let you do that quest. Check level, if you're the certain level, you can do it. Check mining level is just like check cooking and fishing and harvesting level. Check pets level will check if your pet is a certain level and you can do a quest. Check reborn, checks how many reborns you have, and if you are that many reborns, it will go to the next state. Check skin it will just check what race you are. Like if you're skeleton, fish, tan, or white, you'll go to the next state. Check wood cutting levels, like harvesting and fishing and all those other ones. Enter chord. That's if you're like if you step on a certain place, it will go to the next spot in the or the next state in the quest. Enter map is the same thing like enter chord, but you only enter the map number. Got items is like if you have a certain amount of items, it will go to the next state. Got spells like the same thing, but just with the spell number. Input NPC, we use that in the last quest that we just made. Killed NPCs, that's if you killed a certain amount of NPCs, go to the next thing. You should know we use that in Bob's quest. Killed players is like a PK quest. If you kill a certain amount of players, you get a reward. Leave chord, that's if you leave a coordinate, it will go to the next thing. Leave map, same thing as leave chord. Lost items, that's if you're doing like a gathering quest and you lost items. It sets you back to the state where you have to re-get them, so you can't get a reward without getting the items. Lost spell, never used it. I think it's the same as lost items. Used item, I've never used it, but it sounds pretty self-explanatory. If you use an item, it will go to the next state. And the last rule is talk to NPC, which you already know. If you talk to the NPC, you'll go to the next state. Hey, I just want to say thank you for watching. I'm glad I could help. If you have any questions or your quest isn't working, make a reply to the thread that this is in, and I'll try to help you make it work and maybe explain it to you so you understand it. If you give me a +1 for this tutorial, that'd be awesome because it took quite a while. And if I said things during the video that I didn't do, like I noticed when I was editing this, I said something but I forgot to type it. Well, this is the first time I've ever used my voice in a tutorial, so if you please cannot make fun of me for that, that'd be awesome, alright? I'll get better as I make more tutorials. This is pretty much, like I said, the first tutorial I've ever used with my voice. Anyways, so thank you for using my program. It makes me happy that you guys like it, and I'm glad I could teach you how to use it. Alright, bye.